Teenager therapy, because we have problems too.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Teenage Therapy. I'm Gael.
I'm Kayla.
I'm Isaac.
And I'm Thomas.
And welcome back to Teenage Therapy. This time, a limited edition series, a 3-part series, Back to School Blues, where we talk about how the pandemic is affecting students all over the world, especially living in the USA, because I think we're getting hit the hardest. So, thank you, Betr, for making this happen. The thing that I don't like about online school, because we're doing online school right now, all right, to give you guys some context. We're doing online school, but our school is saying they might go in person in January, which I don't want.
Yeah, I don't want it either. Like,
I don't think anyone wants it.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen. Yeah, no. I would only want to go back to school if it's for the last week or like last month. That's about it.
I think like we're all like so adjusted to online school that like the thought of having to like physically wake up early and get ready, go to school and have to sit through each class.
no.
Like I don't think any student wants to do that.
We can't do that anymore. We're not programmed for it.
Yeah, and I feel like online we have more time to do what like we want, especially during the like asynchronous days, during Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Definitely a lot more freedom.
Right? And I actually get to like work ahead on my classes. So
Right.
I like it better.
Although I'm learning a lot less, not gonna lie. Like I really just can't process information. I'm like, I go to my classes, but I just can't pay attention. I'm just on my phone. I'm like scrolling, doing other work. I can't focus on the class, and it feels like I don't even need to.
Yeah,
what do you mean by need to? Sorry, Isaac.
Good.
Just don't think I need to.
Like, you don't think you need, like,
I don't think it's affecting me in any way.
Mm-hmm.
It's because there's like a lot of distractions now. Because like at home, you're accustomed to like doing your own thing, like going on your computer, your phone. And now that school has like kind of taken over like our home, our rooms. It's like we're just accustomed to doing that, you know?
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. I think I like that we have a lot more free time though. Because I feel like before it was such a waste of time to be constantly at school sitting there and having to be there even when you're not even doing anything, and the time that it takes to get to school and to go, like, I realized how much time we wasted.
Exactly. Like at first, don't get me wrong, like at first it was kind of more difficult to like accustom myself to the online school, but now that I don't want to go back to the regular school.
I feel like I'm not even like accustomed to it. It's more like I just kind of found my way around it, I guess. Like I don't really know, because it's not like I'm like learning anything, you know? It's not like I'm actively like getting knowledge or like listening to my teachers or anything. It's more like I just learned how to deal with it.
Yeah, and like some classes, they think that more time means that we'll learn more. Like they're adding 5 more minutes to each of our classes next week starting Monday. And I don't get it. Like, do you guys really think that more time means we'll learn more? Like 5 more minutes? Like, it just doesn't make sense.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And some teachers, I don't know, like, have you guys noticed maybe for one of your classes, like they assign more work than they normally would have?
Really? I haven't noticed that at all, actually.
No.
I feel like if anything, it's a lot less work.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel that. I think like it being online makes it a lot easier to like just get work done and stuff. So.
Yeah, for sure. I know a lot of people have been complaining, like people think of it as a chance to assign more work. But for me, maybe it's because I'm in regular classes. Not like these other nerds. Do you guys get more work?
Honestly, I mean, I don't know because
you can't compare it.
Yeah, I can't compare it.
But it feels pretty like normal. Like it's not like a lot of work, to be honest.
It's not overwhelming.
Yeah.
That's
and
good.
I like that like it's online, because I hated writing, like having to like just imagine having to write your homework again.
We
like,
save so much time just typing the documents.
I don't know why some teachers don't let you do that. It's so weird.
I don't know why they didn't do it last year. Like that would have saved so much paper.
It's because copying and pasting and like
hello.
cheating. They're scared of that.
I don't know why.
But I mean, can't you just write the same answer as something online?
Yeah, but like
so then
it
what's
takes
the point?
like more effort to do that, and some kids like want to do the easiest thing possible.
Yeah. I don't know why teachers are so worried about cheating. I guess it's like out of their control for the most part. And
I mean, I get why they're worried.
It affects the
I just
student.
think like what can you really do about it?
Mm-hmm.
Because students are gonna cheat regardless of whatever precautions like you put on them and stuff.
Yeah, it's so crazy that you say that because one of my like intern teachers, they told me a story about how for one of their college classes, like a few students cheated. Like they posted a question on, I think it was Chegg, so that other people can answer it. And so the professor found out. And so she's gonna find like the IP addresses of the people like that were using the website. And so then it's like this whole ordeal. And I was just like, I was surprised that the teacher or the professor was gonna go through like all that trouble just to like find who did it. Like which like I could understand their point of view, but it was just like wow.
Really? Like
they're-
is that much? Is the
Yeah, I
work that
know. Like
much?
she was doing like her full research and everything. So I was
Yeah.
like, wow.
I guess fairness is why they would do it.
I don't know. I think like schools, they kind of prioritize like grades more than like actual learning because like I think that's why like a lot of students like cheat and like not really focused on learning anything but rather getting the right answer because you can't make a mistake. Like there's no room for mistakes. So like if you do your homework wrong, you're gonna, get less points. And like obviously the whole point is for you to, get the highest grade you can. So
Mhm.
I guess like that's why a lot of people cheat instead because they don't want to get a low score or anything.
It's
And
not
there's,
worth
like,
the risk.
Yeah, and there's like not enough room for you to make mistakes or fail. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Mhm. And I know like a lot of other people think that way because once like the beginning of school, we had to read an article in our English class about like why learning is more important than like getting the perfect grade and things like that. And basically all my friends are saying like, yeah, that's not true. Like as long as I get an A, I'm good. Which I completely understand. Like trust me, I get that. But it was just like reading, I was just like, yeah, I mean like they're not wrong completely and that's not completely their fault either. Like a
Mhm.
huge part of that is the way that like the education system is sort of built. So
Mhm. Right. I think this might, I don't know if this is even controversial or if it might like offend people listening. If it does, I'm sorry. But I think if you're not cheating in high school, then you're wasting your time. I think it's dumb to not cheat, but you got to do it right. You got to cheat in the things that are absolutely worthless to you. Like me, I don't need to know like complex biology or complex chemistry problems. I don't need to know that. It doesn't like tie in with what I'm interested in. So for me to not cheat and really try to spend my time and my homework and my energy doing that and stressing myself over that, it doesn't seem fair. Like government, I think that's something you should try to learn because I think it affects all of us and it's relevant to all of us. So for you to just totally like ignore it and not educate yourself about it, that would be stupid. Let's say I'm doing chemistry. I would say it would be dumb if you didn't cheat. Like English, I think that's something you shouldn't cheat in because you should know obviously grammar and spelling and how to do all of that. But most other subjects, it's like most assignments, it's dumb to not cheat. And I know a lot of people be like, well, no, the work ethic, you won't learn. That's why you got to be responsible with it. But to be honest, I don't think there's shame in copying or cheating. If anything, it's like the system is so broken, it really doesn't help you in any way. Whether you cheated or not in high school isn't going to determine your success or your intelligence or your work ethic. I'm sure there's billionaires that cheated for a bunch of classes because they chose to spend that time that they would have stressed out worrying about making sure they complete their assignment amazingly and all on their own, doing something else and focusing on themselves or their energy. Not only does that help students' mental health, it helps their passions and it helps them not get burnt out. So I think right now the education system is so bad and so inefficient that cheating and copying is how you need to be playing the system basically.
Yeah, I think like everyone, like every student, they get burnt out so early, and like that's why like I think like midway to through high school, a lot of kids just give up. Like they kind of stop putting in that effort to actually do their work, and then they kind of just do the bare minimum, do what needs to be done to get their A, and then go. I know I was like that for sure. Like freshman and sophomore year, I actually tried with my homework. Like I would spend hours upon hours on it. You know, doing each one, making sure I was right, double checking my answers. And then like by the end of sophomore year, I was so burnt out. Like it was crazy. Like my mental health was horrible, and I would like literally stay up till like 1 a.m. each night, like just trying to get my stuff done. And then this happened throughout like junior year too. Um, yeah, like I don't know. It was just like really freaking hard to like be on top of everything and actually still have like a passion or like the motivation to learn when you spend like every single day and like even the weekends. Oh my god. Nothing is more annoying when teachers assign homework over the weekends. Like
Dude,
that is
I agree with
that is
that.
the
busy work too.
that is
100%.
the
Mhm.
oh yeah, I want to talk. And like almost every single assignment I get nowadays is just busy work. Like it's
Mhm.
nothing that like it's crazy how worthless and pointless like the work I'm getting is. Like it's I don't know.
Yeah.
No offense to my teachers, like I don't know. You
Yeah, I
guys
was
are
about to
nice,
say
but
that too, like, because I know that some of our teachers and like even our counselor might listen to this, so I'm curious to like what they think of this. But how you were saying, Thomas, like, and I also feel like during freshman and sophomore year, the workload is definitely not as much as junior year and senior year. So I feel like slowly as the grades like progress, you get more work, so you try to find ways to like make it easier for yourself. Does that make
Mhm.
sense? Because
yeah,
like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah, like they give so much work, and again, most of it is probably busy work. And I know that they say, "Oh no, it's not busy work." We know it's busy work.
Yeah.
Just
you,
tell
you
us.
know what's so annoying is when they try to make themselves out to be like the good and understanding teachers. They're like, no, like
I know who you're
like
talking about.
I know you have like 7 other
know.
classes. I know you guys have jobs. I know you guys have like extracurriculars. Like, I don't want to, burden you guys. And then they then they proceed to assign like 7 assignments like for the next week, and it's yeah, it was horrible.
Mhm.
And actually, I want to talk about this experience I had last year, like towards the end of junior year, where oh my god, the district had this thing where what was the policy? It was like I don't know what the policy was called, but basically our grades couldn't get any lower,
Oh,
right?
Oh, during the
Oh,
pandemic?
it was when quarantine started.
Yeah,
so we
with-
didn't go back to school, and we were not
Oh,
online.
Yeah,
okay.
so
I remember
so
that.
the district basically said like your grades from third quarter is like it's gonna be the grade you get for the end of the semester basically. And then I took that as like great news because
As you should, as you
Yeah.
should
I had
too.
I had great grades for third quarter. Like I didn't need to like work on them anymore. So I was like, cool. Like school ended early for me. And then so I kind of stopped like doing my work. Like sometimes I would show up to class, but like then I dip. But like yeah, like I just remember I wasn't really doing anything, and then my English teacher reached out, and then she was saying how like, hey, you need to do this. Like I can still lower your grade. I can still affect your like scores and stuff. And I was like, what? Like, why? Like,
Like,
how are
why
you-
is this happening?
I know, like,
Yeah.
why? Because like the work she was giving was so pointless. I didn't learn a single thing from her class. Oh, I'm so sorry. Like you are a nice teacher, but your work was just not it. Like it was horrible, and the fact that she threatened to lower my grade even when the district said not to, I actually had to talk to the principal about it and stuff. So I don't know. I got the same grade as I did, like, and as I should have. Like, why should I be punished for like this is crazy.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't know. It was
I feel like teachers should have been a lot more lenient and less like they shouldn't have been on our asses so much when quarantine started because like we were still getting used to it and
Mhm.
Corona was like a new thing to us. So obviously it was scary and everything was new to us. So I feel like they should have been a lot more understanding because I had a teacher like somewhat similar where they were like, okay, your attendance is counting. Like I'm still inputting your grades and everything. And I'm just like, okay. Like, I was just so, and when teachers would say that, I was confused because I was like, did I read the email wrong where they're saying like our grades are still the same, or like what's happening? Are we being lied to, or
who's lying?
exactly
Who's lying here?
I
Who's
was
telling the
literally saying
truth?
like who do I believe?
Is
And
it
at the end of the
district or the
day,
teacher?
the third quarter grades were the same. Except I got my grade up in one class,
Mm?
but that was it.
Let's say you got it done though.
Yeah.
Look, now no one cared about that time period. It really didn't matter. It was so much stress. And now we're here and that doesn't matter. The grades
Like-
were final.
Like, what did all the other kids in my class that actually still did the work? What did they learn or get out of that I didn't? You know, like
Yeah, like their grade didn't change or anything. Like
yeah, it's
That's what
it's
yeah.
just so
That's
freaking
what is
crazy
weird to
think
me.
about.
Like I don't want to be a bad influence or discourage anyone from learning. If you're interested, you should learn, but I think you have to work smart, not hard, and people really get that confused. Like I promise you, for the most part, killing yourself over high school and freshman year, sophomore year, trying to do absolutely everything yourself, there is no real application of that in the real world. In the real world, in every job, you have a team of people helping you do everything. There is no like copying, cheating. Like you collaborate, and the fact that school values individual work more than collaboration is stupid in my opinion, because it's just not applicable to the real world. I think it's a much different story in college, but in high school, don't overwork yourself. Take your priorities. Take some time to set your priorities straight. What work do I want to do because I enjoy it and I think it's important for myself? And what work can I have a friend help me with or look at it online? Because the education system is messed up. It's weird to try to do everything yourself because it's just a lot of the knowledge too. Like obviously you don't need to know most of the things that you get taught in school for the real world. And now you need to know it even less because you have all the information on the internet, which you could access at any time. And like to think that you have to memorize everything too is also a little bit odd because not a lot of jobs require you to have a lot of things memorized. It kind of like you have everything in front of you. You have all the resources and tools as you should.
Yes. Wait, I want to talk about how Thomas was saying about like the workload and how the teachers would give like lots of assignments. I also feel like it depends on the class, and the classes you choose, you should expect the workload. Like if you're going into a regulars class, usually most of the time you're not going to get as much work as if you're in an AP class. So like, I don't know. I feel like if you're willingly signing up for an AP class, then you know the amount of homework that you're going to get. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like
'cause a lot
you
of
should
people-
expect it. It's an AP
Yeah.
class, and like I know it's still a lot sometimes, and like I get annoyed too. But like
You signed up for it.
I willingly chose the class. Like nobody forced me to. Like literally nobody forced me to. I literally said like, yeah, I'll take it. So at the end of the day, like that's on me. You know?
I definitely agree. And
That's my slip
That's
up.
on
That's
me.
my bad.
Don't catch
yeah,
me slipping.
but like I think like it's kind of like no, like I agree. Like you are willingly like signing up for that class, so it is your fault, I guess. But I think it's also like unfair because I feel like a lot of people like they don't really have the choice whether or not they want to take that AP class or honors class because like everything is getting so much more like strict and like the competition is crazy like to get into colleges and stuff. And that's why like so many students load like AP classes onto their like schedules even when they don't even like the class or the subject or anything like that. They take it because it's going to boost their GPA and it's going to look good to colleges. So yeah, like I think it's just really like unfortunate that a lot of students pick classes that they don't even like just because they want to impress colleges. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and similar to that, I was thinking like, let's say there's this student and they don't cheat, and at the end of the year they get a C in the class, even though they tried really hard, like they studied like every day for tests or whatever. And then you have another student who cheated in the class and was able to get an A. At the end of the day, colleges they're not gonna look into whether that person cheated or not. They're just gonna be looking at that letter grade, which I feel like is a huge reason why students feel the need to cheat, because they know that colleges are just looking for a grade, at least most of the time, like basically they're just looking for your grades and maybe like personal essays. But in your personal essays, you're not going to be talking about cheating, So it's just like,
that would be a good personal essay, actually. I think colleges would be impressed by it.
Yeah, but I'm saying most essays are going to be about
obviously.
that.
Yeah. I just thought
But
about it.
like, yeah, exactly. So colleges are going to pick the quote unquote cheater. So it's like, it's unfair, but at the same time, colleges are
play
unfair.
The system. Don't let the system play you. All right? That's why you got to
Yeah.
work smart, not hard. Sure, if your values are like work ethic, you got to be honest. Sure, you could go ahead and do that. But unfortunately, we live in a society where you just got to play the system. You got to know how to get around the world. You got to be street smart. It doesn't matter if you're book smart and you have an amazing work ethic. You got to know how to take advantage of people that take advantage of you. Take advantage of the system that takes advantage of you. Because that's literally how it's built, and it's corrupt, and that's why people hate capitalism and everything it stands for. But that's where we're at now.
Yeah, I just think it's like so important to emphasize the like how important it is like to not overwhelm yourself with school, because like challenge yourself from time to time, but you don't need to take that AP class that you have no interest in learning, like you don't need to sign up for like 6 clubs and be a board member for each one just because you want colleges to think that you're involved. Like, you should really just focus on what you want to do and what you're interested in. And because if you excel at that, then like colleges are obviously gonna be a lot more interested in you. Like, I know it's like, even though I say this, like I'm really going against my own word because like.
You don't have to do that, guys, as I write my application for 5 colleges and clubs.
Because it's like, do I even have a choice? Like, I feel like if I don't do all of this, taking the AP classes and joining clubs and all that, then I'm scared that I'm not going to get into like the colleges I want to get into. So I don't know. I just think,
to be honest,
I kind of wish like I told myself that, like, younger me, to freshman me, knew better than to like, take so many freaking AP classes for no reason. So yeah,
that's where we ended up.
Yep.
Yeah, because I think a lot of the college goals and stuff people have is just due to like what society makes you think is acceptable. Like if you go to a job, any company, you see the type of people that are hired, unless it's like some high-tech startup. Most corporate jobs take people from UCLA, from community college. Literally, your coworker could have gone to Stanford and you could have gone to like a community college and you'll be in the same place. So a lot of it is just fear-driven. But that's up to you to decide if you're willing to take that risk or not, obviously. Yeah, dude, honestly, that's actually a pretty interesting essay.
Write it down.
I think I will. No, I think I will. I think because colleges look for really interesting essays. I think an essay talking about how you are a cheater and like you cheat on things might be
very
interesting.
bold.
I know. I was like,
It's a
okay.
very bold.
No,
it's a bold thing. That's why it's a risk, and the colleges are like going to be like, oh wow, who is this? Why is he admitting that?
It also depends the way that you write it.
Yeah, you have to tie it up to a bigger goal, not just I cheat.
Yes.
It's like I cheat because of the system, and this is what I was able to do because I played the system instead of letting it play me, which is this podcast.
That's
I
good.
cheated, and what did I come off to? Me actually doing something productive with my time. What does it show? The school system is fucked.
Yeah, like it's crazy because
All right, Stanford, here I
Like,
come.
there's companies and then the CEO like didn't even graduate high school, like some of your coworkers, they didn't end up going to college or anything, or they dropped out of college. And then like there's people who, are working for them that went to like USC and UCLA and, all these prestigious schools, I guess. So I don't know.
Who really wins here? The
Yeah.
nerds, the losers.
I
And
just
like for
think-
colleges.
yeah, like-
oh, sorry.
I
Yeah.
just think like the work you're contributing and what you can bring to the table matters so much more than your stats, I guess. You know what I mean?
And like for colleges, I'm in the process of applying right now, and we have to choose our majors and everything, and I'm a bit conflicted because like I don't really know what I want to put for my major. And I think that just goes back to like schools don't really give you lots of freedom and options to explore what you actually want to do. Like sure, they teach you core subjects and like maybe even extracurricular things or whatever, but it's like English, biology, chemistry, Spanish. It's not again applicable to the real world. So once it gets down to like applying and stuff, most students are confused and conflicted, and rightfully so, because schools didn't really, again, like they didn't give us that many opportunities to actually explore like jobs. Of course, they tell us like doctors, lawyers, like the classic ones, but they don't really talk about other jobs, you know?
And how to get there.
And how to get there, exactly. Like I know that so many jobs don't require for a person to go to like a UC 4-year school or whatever, and you can still like make a good living or whatever, but they don't really promote that.
Abolish the school system. It's a monopoly. Abolish the college board monopoly.
Still doing my homework after this.
I know. Guys, I'm so stressed. I think I want
Guys,
to
I have a test tomorrow.
But I can't.
A test.
I'll just drop all my classes.
Mhm.
You know what sucks? That fear really is shitty because I know 5-10 years from now I'll be like, it was irrelevant. It did not matter if I failed that class or got a C. It did not matter. But even though I know it won't matter, it's still like, do I want to take that risk?
Mhm.
You know? So like I could literally just not do any work and like not really care about school and I'll be fine. But I'm too scared.
That's very true. Yeah.
Mhm.
So mad. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching, or thank you for listening or watching, because we are recording this, so you'll see it on YouTube and you'll see us. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for the next episode in our 3-part series, Back to School Blues, presented by Betr, BETR. If you want to find out more about them, check them out on their socials at Betr, BETR, or www.livebetter.com. Again, Betr, BETR. Thank you. Yeah, any last messages? Any last words? Was that it?
No, I think that's it.
All right.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
our teachers don't treat us any differently.
So you're gonna get an email from our English teacher.
Hey guys, we have some concerns about questionable comments made on your teenage therapy podcast.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I
We
want
would
you
love
guys
to
to
set
take
up a
that. No.
conference.
I want you to take the episode down. I don't want UC schools to be listening to this.
Take the episode down. Freedom of speech, guys.
Exactly.
What if our teachers treat us differently now?
I don't think they
How are
will.
they gonna?
People,
Yeah.
people
I don't know.
think teachers are like this other human that they can't even talk to and ask for help. Like, it's fine. People get so scared of teachers for no reason. Anyways, that's another thing. All right, we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.